recording the session. Okay, my name is Janeane Davis, and I am a member of Pushing Lovely, the Facebook group and blog. And we are here tonight to have a hangout on business plans and business planning. So we're going to be talking about the first portion of business plans, and hopefully the participants who are here via video will be starting to write their business plans this evening. A business plan basically is a document that, just as its name says, describes how you're going to operate your business. A business plan is made up of several sections, and when it's written and when it's read, it gives the big picture and detailed idea on how you're going to run your business. It starts off with a purpose statement, something explaining why your business is there, what it stands for, an executive summary with your personal background and information showing that you are qualified to run this business. And then it gives some information about what your business is, what kind of business it is, what do you sell, what do you offer to the world, and how you do it. A business plan will also have your personnel and organization descriptions. Your business plan next will talk about marketing information, because in order to operate a business, you do need to have marketing efforts done so that your customers can find you. There is someone whose microphone is not muted, and it's causing a loud blare in my ear, making it hard for me to hear. Could everyone please check to make sure your microphones are muted unless you are asking a question? Okay. Your business plan will also talk about your financial information, your current finances. These are things that you should know. And finally, the last part of your business plan is financial projections. Now, some of you sitting here now may be thinking, I don't need to go into all this detail for a business plan for my blog, just to work for myself. And that's not true. A business plan really is a tool to help, more than anything else, it's a tool to help you run your business and to operate efficiently. I'm sure everyone has heard that famous saying, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. And you don't plan to fail if you're running your blog, if you want it to be a business, or any other business that you have. For those of you who sell merchandising, those of you who do social media work for other people, those of you who are writing books, anything that you're doing that you're trying to make money, you need to have a plan. You need to have a clear idea of how you're going to operate, what you're going to be doing, and how you're going to be doing it. The business plan is the tool that does that. Now, I'm going to share my screen to give you a little bit of information. The first part of your business plan, as I said, is the introductory section. And in the introductory section, you're going to be giving out, this is the first chance that someone gets to see about your business. It's the first information that you see. And it's important that you get this done right, because sometimes people aren't going to read more than the first page or two of your business plan. So you want to make sure that you have something that is clear, easy to understand, easy to follow, neat, and things of that nature. Even if it's just for you, you want to make sure that every section is well thought out and well planned, because this is what you're going to do to run your life. Now, as I said, a business plan is a tool for gathering all the important information about running your business and your financial condition in one place. Now, tonight we're talking about the first part of the business plan. And so I had given everyone yesterday a list of information, a few questions that go into the introductory section of the business plan, so that we could start working on these tonight. Now, the first part of your business plan is the purpose statement. This is the initial section of your plan, and this is where you're going to identify the purpose of your business. You're going to state exactly what it is you plan to make, to do, or to sell. And this is where you're going to list out all of your goals for your business. And normally what you would want to do is pick out 3 goals. And you want to make sure that these goals are SMART. Now, for SMART means that your goals are specific, measurable, attainable, results oriented, and time bound. If your goals are SMART, they're easier to achieve. When you make your goals SMART, you have a plan, you have steps in place so that you can go from plan to completion. And that's the goal with anything. So for right now, for tonight, we want to talk about, before we do anything else, I'm going to start talking and asking each of you, what is your purpose? We talked a little bit the other night in our hangout about branding. And we talked about branding is what you stand for, what people think about you, what you want people to think of you when you're not around. That all goes into play with your business plan. What is the purpose of your business? What do you stand for? What are you going to offer to the market? If it's a blog, what is your blog about? If you don't have a niche, if you're going to be blogging about 20 different things, then you list out, I'm going to be blogging about 20 different things, whatever comes to my mind at the moment. But whatever it is, you need to write it down and have a clear, definite definition of what your business stands for. So I'm going to just start going down the line. I'll start with, and don't, please, just because you all are hidden on video, don't try and hide. Okay, starting with Aida. Um, as far as what you are thinking about writing a business plan for, is this for your blog or for another business enterprise?
It's for my blog.
Okay, so starting with you, and don't worry, I'm going to go down the list to everybody. But for your blog, what is, when you say it's for your blog, what is your blog? What is it about? What do you stand for? When someone asks you, okay, your blog is your business, what kind of blog is it?
It's very much an empowerment education forum for women.
Okay, so then that's going to be the first thing that you put into your business plan. You're going to state that this plan is a plan for your blog. You're going to give your blog name. You're going to state the purpose of your blog. If you have a tagline, this is a nice place to put your tagline because it gives an initial and very quick explanation of what you stand for and what your blog is about. So before we move any further, I want everybody to just take a moment, and we're not going to drag this out for long because you're going to take more time than this to do the complete first section, but I wanted everybody to leave tonight with a business plan started, where you have some information down so that you can move forward. So right now we need everyone to take time to state what their business plan is for. Blog, I'm selling cars, I'm selling whatever it is that you're selling. You want to write down a sentence or so about what exactly it is that you plan to make, do, or sell. So we're going to give everybody 2 minutes to do that right now, and then we're going to share some of those ideas. Okay, ready, set, go. Okay, we have less than 1 minute left on this section where everyone is writing down the purpose of their business plan, what exactly it is that you want to make, do, or sell. Okay, that time period is up. Did everyone get a chance to, except for Joyce, I think, who just joined us, did everyone else get a chance to write down what it is that they plan to make, do, or sell? The purpose of your business plan. Okay, so let's start with Amira because she's next in line. Okay, Amira, do you mind sharing with us what your point is, what it is that you plan to make, do, or sell?
For 2014, I'm planning on selling my, I don't know the right words to it, but
Okay,
not
that
really my
time period
blog.
is up. Did everyone
Oh,
get a chance to?
can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I don't know what that was. It's some kind of a delay.
I think it might be, oh, there it is. I think it was Joyce was on a delay. Um, for 2014, obviously I want to do, it's going to be related to my blog and expanding my blog into more of a bigger brand, including my weekly Twitter chat and working with other brands. But what I want to do is I want to be able to sell advice on how to live frugally without exhausting yourself. So that's where my steps are going to go towards.
Okay, so that's really good. And you had an excellent segue because that's the next thing that we're going to be doing. And that is talking about 3 things that you're going to be doing towards that thing that you're going to be selling, that you're going to be doing, that you're going to be making. Earlier at another hangout, Amira talked about, look, go and check out your top 3 posts and then pick 3 things, 3 of them, whatever your top 3 are, and then list out 5 steps that you're going to take so that you can be seen as an expert in those areas. The business plan idea is similar to that. Now that you have determined what it is that you're going to do, what you're going to make, what it is that you're going to be selling to the world, now you need to figure out 3 things, 3 goals that you have for your business over the course of the next year. So, for example, if you are a blogger who wants to get more advertising and sponsored posts, one of your goals may be to increase your readership to 20,000 unique visitors per month. And so you would describe that. You're going to be specific with it. You're going to be smart. I want 20,000 readers over the course of the next year. I'm going to attain this by blogging on a regular basis, placing information about my blog in all my social media channels. And this is a realistic goal for me because I'm already at 11,982 unique viewers per month. And therefore, the efforts that I'm putting into this should get me to 20,000 viewers by the end of the year. And so if you think about that goal that I just listed out, I gave you a specific definition. I gave you a specific number. It was specific, 20,000 people. You can measure completion because I'm either going to have 20,000 new people total by December 31st or I'm not. I talked about how I'm going to attain those goals by adding the social media channels, by blogging on a regular basis, and by doing networking. I described that it was realistic, and because based on what I have now, moving forward to that number is realistic. Those aren't my numbers. I wish they were, but they weren't. They were just numbers I made up, by the way. And then I listed out the time for completion. For each of the three goals that you're going to pick, you're going to want to make sure they're smart. It's important to make sure your goals are smart, because if they're not specific, how are you going to really know what you're trying to get to? If you don't have something in place to measure if you're succeeding or not, you're not going to be able to know when you finish this plan in March where you are along the path. You're not going to be able to tell, okay, I said I wanted 20,000, I'm at 15,000, and it's only March, so I'm way ahead of the game for getting to 20 by December. If you don't make sure that the goal is realistic now at the planning stage, you're wasting your time. For example, if you are a person who's starting a brand new blog, or say you're a person who's selling t-shirts, you're selling t-shirts, if you do not have any money to buy t-shirts, if you don't know how to draw, if you don't have any customers, and you don't have any way to market your t-shirts, it's not going to be realistic that you're going to sell 1,000,000 t-shirts a year without any further information. So you have to make sure your things are realistic in the planning stage, because that makes life a lot easier for you along the road. Because another thing about realism is, if you know at the planning stage that what you're planning is not realistic, that your goals are not realistic, it makes it easier for you to go along and adjust your plan now while you're planning, instead of doing it later on when you're frustrated because things did not work out. Also, again, you want to make sure you have a time for completion, because you need to have a date certain. By this date, I want to have this done. If you don't have a date certain, it just drags on forever, 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 and it never gets done. It's like when you tell your kids, clean your room. Okay, Mom, I'll clean my room, and they'll get it done eventually. But if you tell the children, look, if the room is not cleaned by 6 o'clock, you don't get any dinner, that's it, you're more likely to get them cleaning that room by 6 o'clock. Also, you make it more realistic for your children. You have something on the stove that smells delicious, they're going to want to come downstairs. It's going to be realism, because it's that extra push that they're going to need. So what I'm going to do is just ask everyone to just put down, try and put down, we're going to just spend 2 minutes. We're not spending a lot of time on all of this, because this is just an introduction. It's going to get you started, give you something to work on between now and the next session. But I think everybody right now, think about what are 3 things you want to accomplish with this business over the course of the next year. We're not going to do your smart part of it now. You're going to do that on your own later when you have more time. But for right now, I want everybody to leave here tonight with 3 goals, 3 things that they want to accomplish between now and December 31st, 2014. And we're going to do again our famous 2 minutes to get that done. And since Joyce is here, Joyce, I'm warning you that you're going to be the first person we call on when our 2 minutes are up. Okay, ready, set, go.
Wait, Janine, give me that assignment again, because I was doing like 3 other things.
Okay, Joyce, the assignment is, I don't know if you were here for the first part, but we had everyone identify for this business plan what you plan to make, do, or sell. The point
Right,
of
so
your
just
business
give
plan.
me the last part.
Okay, the last part, you're going to make 3 goals that you want to accomplish in your business between now and December 31st, 2014.
Okay.
We're just listing out the 3 goals. We're going to make them SMART goals later, but for right now, we're just going to write down 3 goals that we want to accomplish between now and December 31st, 2014.
Thank you.
You're welcome. 1 minute left, then we'll be starting back up. Okay, Joyce, you ready? Let's share.
Thanks, Janeane, as I multitask and do 15 things. I thought we were going to, like, take it easy. I should have known you were going to take it up a notch.
No, no, it's really not my fault. It's actually Pam King's fault because she, I think, is the one who volunteered me for this. And she said that everyone wanted a session where they would leave with something in their hands, something that they started. So I would have been easygoing and nice, but she wouldn't let me.
Okay, well, mine is a little different because I'm focusing on the consulting side that I want to do for 2014 for my other site, joycebrewer.tv. So my 3 goals are to create a product related to PR, video, and business storytelling. My second goal is to host quarterly webinars. And my third goal is to hire 2 staffers / freelancer VA type people to help me with the work that I want to do with that business.
Okay, that's excellent. And I'm glad that you're doing something other than the blogging portion in yours, because I really wanted to show that the business planning is a plan for whatever your business is. If it's a blog, if it's that consulting part of it that you want to concentrate on for the next year, no matter what type of business it is, you need to have a plan. And so I like that you are doing something different, so that was excellent. Okay. Now, the next section that we're going to talk about is, excuse me one second, sorry about that. Okay, the next section we're going to talk about is going to be a lot easier for everybody when I call on Yolanda to give us our first example. And that's going to be a section that's your executive summary. And this section of your business plan is used to give a brief overall view of your plan. And in this section, you're going to give hints about things that are coming up later. These are easy things: your company name, address, phone number, contact information. And that's important. Even if you're blogging, you need to have an address that you use. You need to have a phone number. For those of you who don't want to spend money for a phone, Google Voice has phone numbers for free. I've been using a Google Voice account for the past 6 years, the same number. So whenever I give someone my number, it's 215-586-3897. That's my Google Voice number, and I give that number out specifically because it transfers to my cell phone, my home phone, or wherever I'm going to go. I can have the calls go to that number. It will follow me one number, and it's free, so I don't have to pay for a separate phone number. At the same time, the Google Voice number is good, and I'm not getting a commission from Google, unfortunately, for this. It's just a product I use. But the other good thing about the Google Voice is that it can call your cell phone. So if you don't answer, it will leave a text message. It transcribes every voice message that comes in, and it sends it to your Google Gmail mailbox, so that I have messages going back 6 years in my Google Voice listing, so that it's easy to keep a track of conversations that people did or did not leave messages. It's incredible how many times someone will tell you, well, I called and I tried to leave you a message, but I couldn't. And I'm thinking, I don't think so, because if you did, it would be here. And it's just a really good service that you can have that information. Now, just getting back to our executive summary, this is an easy section where you're going to list your company contact information so that someone who reads this section is able to understand what you're going to do. You're going to give your company history. And it's just the executive summary section actually is something that you're probably going to end up doing after you write the rest of the business plan, because this is just going to be one little paragraph or so where you explain what it is that you do, your company history, your management expertise, the products or services you have to offer, your financial position, and your projections for growth. And you do this, you do the rest of your business plan, then you're going to come in and fill in that section. So instead of doing that section right now, even though it comes in the introductory section, what we're going to work on right now is the business information section of your plan. And this is a major section of your business plan, because you're going to need to put aside some time to do this. You're going to get 2 minutes now just to write a sentence or two and then move on. But in this section, you're going to give an overview of your entire business, your name and location. And if the physical location is important to you, like if you were doing factory work, if you had a studio, if you're an artist, things like that, you would also describe what the physical location of the property is. But here you're going to give the date you opened or the date that you're going to open. So for Joyce, if she's already been doing the consulting work, she's going to say when she started it. If it's something new that she's going to be starting in 2014, she's going to be stating that she plans to begin operations January 13th, 2014. In this section, it's going to be the heart of your plan, and it's important because it also contains several sections. It contains your personal financial statement, a description of your business history, and those are the sections that are there. So what we're going to do now is just go through each of those little sections that make up this big business information section. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is include your current financial condition. So, and this is, now keep in mind with your business plan, not all this information is for the public. A lot of this information is for you to have all your stuff in order. If those of you who are going to be seeking financing, even if you're doing crowd financing, if you're doing bank financing, things of that nature, you're going to want to need to include this section. Joyce, for example, who wants to hire employees. A lot of states, like Pennsylvania, for example, will give you grant money and pay part of your employees' salary and benefits in exchange for you providing jobs to people who are out of work, receiving unemployment, or who are on public assistance and need jobs. And those places, if you're looking for employees, you want to get some assistance with paying for those employees, you're going to need to get into your financials. So for this section right now, what I want you to do is just start with your business description and just write down what are your business hours. Those are things that you need to know for yourself, because nobody works 24 hours a day. It's a good idea to be able to say that you have certain hours. For bloggers, you want to be able to tell PR companies, you want to be able to tell sponsors, you want to be able to tell people if they want to get in touch with you, these are the hours where they can get in touch with you. With Joyce and her consulting business, of course, she's going to want to have hours so that people know when they can reach her. So we're going to all take 2 minutes to sit down and write down your business location, your hours, and that's going to be it for right now. So I'm going to give everybody 2 minutes to do that. Ready, set, go. Okay, 1 minute left, then we're going to get started. Okay, we are back. So we're going to start with Yolanda. Okay, Yolanda, what have you decided you're going to do as far as your business hours, your location, and things of that nature? Okay, Yolanda is either away from her computer right now or hiding from me. I'm going to just say that she's away from her computer. So we're going to go to Pam. So Pam, what are you looking at as far as your hours are and your location?
Which Pam you talking to,
I'm
me or
talking
King?
to I'm talking to you, Pam, because you are next to Yolanda on a video, and I'm going down the video line.
I just got here.
Oh my goodness! All right, I'll come back to you for the next question.
Okay.
Goodbye, Pam.
Don't no, I'm just
Okay.
lurking.
All right. Well, you're going to get in trouble for lurking. You lurk, you're getting called on. Okay, Miss V.
Well, here's my incident, so I don't have to get called on again.
Okay.
I am open 11 to 10.
Oh wow. Okay.
You know.
Where's your business locate? You have your business
Like
location?
Wednesdays, I'm always open. Huh?
Okay. Okay. Now, this next section is going to be the last section we're talking about in tonight's introductory section. And then I'm just going to show you some examples of business plan templates that you can use. And I'm going to show you a little bit of the business plan that I'm using for my empire. It's not an empire in 2013, but for 2014, it's going to be my empire. So for right now, we're going to have everybody talk about your business history. Now, this is just going to be where you talk about when the business was started, by whom, and for what reason. That's all we're going to get into for tonight. When you do this in detail at home later for real, you're going to also include the original startup cost. So for bloggers, it's going to be the cost of your hosting, your domain name, your designer, any of those kind of things that you needed to put into to start up. Getting your fictitious name, getting your bank account started, all of those things that went into your original financing. We're not going to share all that tonight, but those are the things that would also go into this section. So for right now, everybody can spend 2 minutes to write down when the business was founded, by whom, and what was your original mission for your business. We're going to do that for 2 minutes. Ready, set, go. Okay, 1 minute left, and then we will be starting with Miss V, and we will get Wanda in also.
No.
Since Miss Wanda said no, we'll make it 1.5 minutes to give her a chance to scribble something down.
Okay.
Okay, so I think that was Wanda who said okay. So what
Oh,
we
you
will
heard me?
do?
Oh.
Oh yes, ma'am.
Oh.
So Wanda, we're going to go easy on you for this section. We're just going to talk about when your business started, by whom, and what was your original mission.
Okay, my business was started in 2011 by me, and my original mission was just newborn photography and some family. And that has changed a whole lot in the last 2 years. I don't want to even touch newborns anymore. And my husband has started taking on some of the back end work to give me some free time with my kids, with our kids. But I'm still primarily the sole business runner here. Yeah, we've been in business for about 2 years, yeah, officially.
Oh, see, that was excellent. You were telling us, oh no, for nothing. That was excellent. And there was an excellent thing that you had here also, Wanda, because you talked about exactly what the question asked. What was your original focus? You gave that, and then you said things changed over the course of time. That's good information for you to know, and it's good information for you to put in your business plan because it's a reminder to you, and it's a reminder if you ever let anyone else see your plan, because it gives an idea of you're paying attention to your place in your market. There's a reason why you just say, you know what, I don't even want to look at these newborn people again. Good for y'all, whoever wants to do that, but that's just not me anymore. I've moved on, I've evolved for whatever reason. And that's good for you to recognize that, and it's good for you to be able to communicate that change, that evolution with other people along the way. So I'm really glad that you brought that up because that shows an important part of the business planning process, recognizing where you were yesterday, where you are today, as well as where you want to be tomorrow. And you captured that very well.
Well, thank you.
You're very welcome. Okay, Miss V. Is she hiding? Oh my goodness. Okay, not a problem. So we know for the future that Yolanda.
I'm not hiding.
Okay, so share.
Okay. My business was founded in 2013 by Denise Patton Morris. It was founded to address the need for low-income women to help them build career assets, the skills, experience, and contacts, as well as knowledge to help advance them to better jobs.
Oh, wow. She sounds good, doesn't she? I mean, and she sounds excellent. What I like about your business, you sound as though you know what you're talking about. You're organized. You have a plan. You have an idea. It rolls off your tongue very nicely, and it sounds good. And so I'm very impressed. So I think you did an excellent job giving your business information.
Thank you.
No, you sounded good. Thank you. I'm impressed. I'm like, dang, I sound kind of lazy compared to that. Okay, so like I said, what we did tonight was just get started. At the beginning of the chat line, what I did was include the 5 articles that I wrote on business plans. That's what I'm basing all of these discussions on. I'm going to put those articles in the thread in the group so that when you prepare for the next section, you're going to know what we're going to be talking about, so you can do your homework a little more in advance if you want to, or you can wait until we have our 2-minute mini session on each section as we go along. And I think that's either way you want to do it is fine. Like I said, we wanted to have something that you leave tonight, you at least started a plan. You can go through the article and it will give you information to get it on detail. Another thing that I want to share with you, all of you who use Microsoft Word, if you go to the template section, or if you use WordPerfect Office, any of those major word processors, they will have templates for business plans. So you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You don't have to do this from scratch. You can go to the templates, and they will give you questions that you can answer in order to get the plan done. The reason why we're having this session here is just because it's easier sometimes for someone to talk to you about it instead of just seeing 50 pages of questions and then trying to attack it, because for a lot of people, 50 pages of questions about anything is a scary thing. But tonight we were able to break it down into smaller pieces that everyone could digest. And I think also the fact that we had everyone spend 2 minutes on each section, you're at least filling something out, you're getting started. So now you don't have an excuse, well, I don't know where to start, I don't know what to do. You do know where to start, you do know what to do, because everybody started it tonight. The homework for Wednesday, from Wednesday night, was posted in the group. I will post it again with the homework for the next section and the articles. Before we go, I just want to show you guys a copy of the plan that I'm working on for the Janeane's World Empire. And just to show you what it looks like, one that's informal that I'm using just for me. I don't have anyone who's going to give me financing except for my husband, who is not listening, but that's where I'm going to be getting my money from. But also, I don't need money for what I'm doing for right now. So I'm just going to share this screen with you. Just take a second. I'll Google it, sharing the screen. Okay. So this, and the reason why I wanted to show you this also is for several reasons. Number one is because the template that I use for this is just a simple template that I copied from one of the Microsoft Word templates. Is this, okay. And so if you look down the screen here, you'll see, okay, you won't see anything because my screen is frozen and I'm not going to fight with it for right now. I can email it to you guys at a later date because I don't want to fight with the frozen screen. But I just want to share some information with you from my plan just to show you my 2-minute answers on various parts of my business plan. My first introductory sentence is, James Davis & Associates is the publisher of the Janeane's World umbrella of products. The purpose of the Janeane's World umbrella of products is to provide quality written content to be consumed by various audience types, to be detailed later via blog and ebook. The following are the products included in the Janeane's World umbrella of products. And so that is the first opening line of my business plan, and it just tells people and tells me what it is that I'm going to be doing, what people can expect. And that's, we'll get into more of that later. But the initial point of the business plan, as we said, to just button everything up, the business plan is a tool to help you plan what you're going to do for your business. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. You need to make up a plan so that you know what you're going to do. You can go step by step. A business plan you can think of in a way as a fancy checklist, where it gives you all the details about what you want to do and how you're going to do it, all in one place. And it's also nice so that when you do joint ventures and things with other people and you're trying to explain things, the business plan will do that for you. Okay, so that's going to be it right now for the introductory section. What I'm going to do is I'm going to post the assignment that we had for Wednesday in a thread in the Facebook group. I'm going to post the link to the article that was the basis for tonight's discussion, because the article details each section we talked about, each section that you spent your 2 minutes on. There's going to be the information there so you can spend all the time you needed to flush out each section completely and thoroughly. As you're going through these, if you need help trying to figure it out, if you need help reading over it and making sure everything's in order, you can feel free to inbox it to me and I will help you with it. One of the first businesses that my husband and I had together was doing business plans, was a consulting company we had together when we were newlyweds. We started on the kitchen table. Well, we didn't have a kitchen. We had a little dining room table. And we did business plans, and that's how we started off in life. And I've always enjoyed the whole aspect of helping someone to reach their dreams and to get done what they want to get done. So I'm going to have the article there so that you can finish tonight's assignment. And it's Christmas, and I know a lot of you celebrate Christmas, so you may not get done the next week's assignment, but at least you can get done more of the work from tonight. And so with that, I'm going to stop the broadcast, and if anyone has any questions or comments, we can go over those before I set you free to go, because I know you all are anxious to go and finish these tonight. Okay.